Hello, everyone. I'm Alex,
Hi, I'm Mariella.
and we are here today to talk to you about the month of April.
hmm
Cards and talk about what we've been hearing and what
What
uh,
we're feeling,
experiencing. And we actually just had a very heated conversation.
mm, just showing what the energies look like right now, right? Very fiery.
Yep, got lots of passion, very
hmm
Aries energy.
Yeah,
Um,
but we talked it through, right?
Yeah, right? The Pluto is the unseen pieces, right? The taboos, the and kind of going in and looking at some of our shadow and stuff. So it's a big theme that we will continue to move through. And that's only one aspect of the astrologies, but like we were talking about, that Aries energy is really happening right now.
Yes, and we were talking about the new moon that
Hmm.
is coming and the full moon that just passed.
Hmm. Yeah,
And so,
mm,
go ahead.
it's that insight into the um, Aries Libra like eclipse season that we're going to kind of dance through, which is giving us also a view of the just in general some of the flavors that are going to be coming up over the next few years as we continue to stay on that axis where Aries and Libra energy is really strong.
Yeah. And it just feels like we are right now like going through the shift, right? Right now it's the shift. And while Pluto is returning as well, at least for the charts of United States and Canada.
Mhm.
And also we're seeing how people are standing up and destroying what it used to be, or like having new ideas and building the new earth. And it's so exciting,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Actually, one thing I heard I didn't tell you before is that as the new earth births, there would be just big changes in the earth as well, right?
Mhm.
So continents will change, or
Mhm.
new land will appear, or you know how the iceberg in the North Pole is, or at the South Pole. One is just
Both of them are just breaking off.
yeah, I think both.
Did you
They are
see
breaking.
separating in Africa too?
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah,
And
crazy.
levels of water rising.
Mhm.
And so I'm wondering, like with the water and the hurricane season that is coming, like how that is going to look like.
Mhm. Yeah. I know
So
I'm on the East Coast and I'm like, what is that gonna look like? And part of me feels really safe. Like I'm like, actually, I feel like this is one of the safest places to be amongst all these changes, but who the heck knows? Because, they say if like as the water level starts to go up, it's not going to be like a huge thing all at once, but we're going to start noticing it. But eventually Manhattan would be completely underwater.
covered. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's very interesting in Ecuador. There has been a lot of mudslides
Mm.
and floodings for like rivers,
Oh, really?
and yeah, the ocean, like the beaches, the sand side part of it is smaller.
Mm.
Very it's concerning for many people.
Hmm.
But at the same time, I feel like the changes are coming, and it's a great opportunity to build something new and more loving and accepting, and build more communities.
Hmm.
Although, the birth part of it is going to be painful, probably.
Exactly. I'm like, yeah, that does sound great.
The same as
Whenever
when
we get there.
we were born, right? When we were born was really hard,
Yeah.
starting to breathe and everything.
Well, yeah. Well, when a baby comes through the birth canal, they actually don't realize like the nervous system is already developed and they're being crushed and pushed through this tiny canal and they literally get stuck. Like they don't get stuck, but they're held in there and they don't know that this moment will end. They don't have concept of time yet because that part of the brain isn't developed in infants and newborns. So it's like they don't know. And it's like that excruciating pain. When does this pain stop?
Mhm.
And then they come out and they're just like, that was horrible.
Yeah, and with Pluto, like we're going to see so much that we couldn't see before, and it's just having your shadows in your face, but
Mm,
also when you are aware of what was hidden is, well, many times they say it's not as bad as what we thought it was going to be, the shadow. Um,
mm,
and then from the awareness is when you start to change and make those uh like everything starts to grow and you can see the beautiful things that are inside of you.
mhm. Well, and Mariella, I know like so transformation,
Yes.
although regularly does come through a rebirthing process. So there's discomfort. But I hear a lot of talk, and maybe you're a little more up on it, but I'm hearing a lot more talk about like messages from different like the Palladians or like folks from outside or like the energy coming into earth from space and things like that, and how like literally how light is coming in and um like transmuting and like changing. And so like the idea of like receiving downloads and receiving like a different energy coming from outside. Have you been hearing anything about that?
I've heard some things that are just like brewing in my mind right now. Um, you know, one thing that I heard was that, how there's parallel lives, right? And
Mm,
so they said that people or beings from other planets that we will start seeing
mm,
around the earth, or that we know of. I haven't met anybody, but I am open to meet one of them one at a time so I don't freak out. And so they're just yourself in from the future,
mm.
because
So cool.
there's only human beings. And I don't know if that's true or not. It's not
Mm,
that there's only human beings, but our soul is also in other places at the same time, right? And they are not maybe just humans, but they can be something else. And they can be called however they want to be called. We call them Pleiadians and stuff like that.
well, yeah.
And the other thing was, um, it will come back to me. I don't remember.
Mm,
But
yeah.
it was very interesting that they were saying they're just future beings. Like
Mm,
there's a Mariela in the future.
mm-hmm,
And you know how everyone is everyone. We're one. So it doesn't really matter.
mm-hmm. Well, it's kind of the idea where I keep hearing about timeline jumping, how we're like jumping
Me too.
timelines, or like, do you remember in the past we used to talk a lot about I think it's like dimensions, like third dimension, fifth,
Yes.
the layers of dimensions.
Yeah.
And so I remember there used to be lots of talk, or maybe I just followed people who talked about it a lot, but um folks that, are able to be in different dimensions, like Earth has been very relatively the third dimension kind of thing, right? And so kind of like the spiritual or whatever the levels beyond it. But anyway, so that those different layers of consciousness allow us the ability to time jump, and
Yeah.
how
And you know
because
what?
because of how the time really is just like upon itself, we have
It's a
discovered.
construct.
Yeah. Oh, another construct. Interesting. Um, and so like it's all just like happening simultaneously, although very different. But so then we can shift timelines. We can just shift timelines, but we don't know we're shifting them um because it's literally that moment that we choose this path, we go into a different timeline, which is always happening, but they're all happening. Anyway, so I've been hearing more about timeline jumping as well. And I don't know, like it, I feel what I think is really cool. Marielle, let me tell you, everybody, let me tell you what I just thought of. And Marielle, you're gonna be like, I know. But exactly. So if I decide to go this direction, I open up a new branch of timeline. But if I would have made this choice, I would have been on a different branch. So both branches, or the many branches of choices, still exist. But this is the one this current reality incarnation has chosen to go. And so it's me like tapping into another way. So like if I keep going in a certain direction or in certain timelines, then maybe I'll be moving towards a more healed earth.
But
Maybe
you
not
just
that the earth
also
is
have
healed,
to
but
remember,
I have to keep going and finding the different timelines.
okay, first, time is disintegrating. Time is an illusion. And they say time is the fourth dimension.
Right. So we're moving from the third into fourth. Is this what I'm hearing you say? Because if we're going to start seeing the beings in other timelines.
Okay, time is done. It's already happened. Ended. It's gone.
Oh, Mariella.
You have to remember it's an illusion, Alex.
I like the illusion though.
You are already done with time,
Mm-hmm.
only that we think we're here. And
But
it's very funny because I hear a lot of theories about time.
mm-hmm.
And you know how every theory in the future gets discredited because they find something else?
Mm.
And so everything that we know, it might not be,
Oh, true.
even like gravity and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything we think to be
It
true, we
is
have no idea.
fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but yeah, you can choose another direction.
Timeline, Mariella. Timeline. I'm in a timeline jump my way.
While
Uh,
the other Alex is going in another direction, in another dimension or another world.
mm-hmm. I was okay. Sorry. Now I feel like I'm totally going off topic of what we originally said we were talking
You were inspired.
about. You inspired me, Mariella. Um, Carolyn Miss. You know Carolyn Miss?
Yes. Yeah.
So she's really well known for her chakra work, but also lots of spiritual work, and I listened to a thing. It was a really short, like 6-minute clip. And one of the things she suggested that people do is when you go to bed at night and you go into, because we go into these weird states of consciousness. We don't even know what's happening when we go to sleep, right? We know what's happening to the body, but we don't know what's happening to our consciousness or anything like that. Anyway, um, she suggested that we say, like, my shift's done, you can take over. Like, so I got the day shift, you get the night shift. And whatever you need to do to like heal and help kind of move forward, go ahead and do it. Like, just like giving that full permission and trust over to whatever is going to take place at night. And I'm not going to lie, I did this one night and I'm trying to remember, but I keep forgetting. I got put on a sticky note by my bed, but I did it one night and I had the coolest dreams. Like, there were dreams that felt like they were in other lifetimes, like it anyway, but I was there witnessing it, and I felt, and of course, who knows what everything is, I don't know, but it was just really cool because I was like, she's about to get hurt. Like, like there were these things that were happening and I'm just like, Alex, just trust it's okay, right? And then like there were just, I sorry, it's hard to put into words. It was just really a really unique dreamscape where I had levels of control and levels of awareness that I hadn't had before like that, which was really cool.
Yeah. And just like what you're saying, that's how I feel. I was telling Alex that I feel like I'm in this point where I actually starting to feel that I can do with my leg whatever I want, because it's like a dream. And I have been conditioned to think that I don't have control over anything. But actually, I do have control if I believe it. And I am like in the, in the cliff, like almost like there. Like I am having the Fool in My Mind tarot card, like
Mhm. Yeah.
that guy that is almost going to step in the nothingness.
Mhm.
So it it just blows my mind, but I don't I have doubts still. My scientific mind. It's like I will believe it when I see it. So I'll
Mhm.
let you know.
Mhm.
Because all a dream, right?
It's a dream. It's a wild thing.
Yeah. Whatever
Mm.
you perceive, change it with your mind and see if it changes.
Mhm. Well, interestingly, we're here in these human bodies, living this human experience and trying to understand what it all is.
What's happening?
No freaking.
And just going to work every day while we do that. Work, 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 work.
um, so to some of the astrological aspects, we know Libra is about balance, justice, like close relationships,
Beauty, love,
beauty, love.
diplomacy.
Yeah. And then we have Aries, which is a very like starting things, initiation, action, creating,
Triggers, fire.
all the things. And we're going to be experiencing that through eclipse season, which is starting, but it's happening in Taurus. And Taurus is also giving us a grounded space to try and do it, or at least that reminder to stay grounded and to also pause, like take care of yourself, take care of the body, take care of, the space.
Yeah, I feel like it would be like an earthquake for people, because it's, Aries moving the earth.
Mhm. Whereas I feel like the
Like
earth,
shaking, shaking, shaking. New earth.
see, I see it more as like the earth is like the steady ground that is holding. Oh, that's
The
interesting.
fire.
I know, because I'm like the air and fire, because and Libra's air and the fire, they'd be combusting and like putting the earth on fire.
Explosion. Wow.
But that being said, though, earth can be literally a physical container,
Yes.
right? So,
And the air can be a nurturer of the fire, of the passion you have.
mhm. But I want to think of the earth as like the bowl that holds the fire,
Mm-hmm.
stuff that's burning it. It's burning some stuff, but there's like a container.
Is that
So
container wood or is it
stone. Made of stone.
rock?
It's made of stone. Or maybe it's going to be wood and it will slowly burn because it's a really dense hardwood, or it's very wet.
Yeah, like a candle, right?
Yeah. Um, but it feels like we're supposed to remember to be grounded. So we've had this like amazing fire moving energy and that opportunity for transformation and change. And then we have the eclipse season, which is making us reflect even more deeply and let go and expand. Because when we let go, we allow for more space to grow. But we need to keep coming back to, like, if we're exhausted from that, like we can burn out, right? We can fizzle out. So we need to like slow it down so that this is like a lasting thing and we don't just get exhausted. So that's where that earth energy reminds us to like ground in,
Yeah.
uh, steady ourselves a bit more while we transition.
Take care of your body,
Mm-hmm.
earthy body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is there anything else that you're listening to that you'd like to share about right now?
Um, no, not right now. Ooh. Okay, so Alex, I took 3 cards of the same cards, the deck that you're using. I want to see if we get the same.
Okay.
But I got, sorry, a 3 from that deck that gives us the feeling of the new moon that just passed. And the light seers,
Yes.
I
Mhm.
got 3 of them for the full moon, or no, the new moon that is coming.
Okay. So what, sorry, can you please say that again? What do you have?
These ones from
Yeah.
Osho
Yeah.
for the full moon that just passed, I
Oh,
think was the 6th of
okay.
April.
Yeah.
And these ones, the light seers, for what is coming in the full moon on the 19th, 20th.
Okay. I'm pulling for the,
Sorry, I said full moon is new moon because it's the solar eclipse, right?
yeah.
We didn't talk about the solar eclipse, but it's the first, right, of the season. Oh, wow. Hold on.
No, I hate this card. Guilt.
Okay. I got this one first. Harmony.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this one is pure happiness.
Mm.
Is the 10 of Cups.
Oh, that is beautiful. Yeah.
And it's a love. The 2 dolphins remind me of a balance between the female and the male energies
Mhm.
that come from the heart
Nice.
and brings the energy to the mind. So you
Mhm.
see, it looks like the heart is
Yeah, the heart.
helping the mind think better.
Yeah, the heart guiding the third
Yeah.
eye,
Yeah,
maybe.
I didn't get the guilt one, but I feel like that's one of the energies we're working on.
Mm-hmm. Were you pointing at me? That's one of the ones I'm working on. Just joking.
I think everybody.
Well, it can be the swords. It's like, I know this doesn't say swords, but we know it's part of the swords. This is the
The 8 of Swords.
Yeah, the Eight of Swords.
Despair.
The
That,
Sword is always that air energy, that ego energy, that head,
mm,
how our mind can be such a trip for us, right?
yeah. And you know what comes to my mind right now?
Hmm.
Um, when you get so much into a certain idea and you defend it with your heart,
Uh-huh.
your
Tell me.
mind, and your soul,
Yeah.
I think people are going to be in that energy.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And because it's an, how do you call it? Like an excess of thoughts, like an
Mm.
obsession, and we have to remember to leave space for what we don't believe it's true and might be,
Mm.
or a space for getting closer with the other person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I got stressed too, like
Oh.
juggling so many things at the same time. That
Mhm.
cannot continue.
No.
And you were talking about burnout, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is a card of fire. It's usually the seven of, what is fire? Is it
I
wands?
think so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also lots of opportunities too, like lots of options.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting. And that is there's the monkey that is about to pop the bubble. And everything that we thought that were controlled in our hands
Right?
seem to go down.
Yep. Yeah, it feels like it comes back to again that mind energy. Like that first card was heart energy. And then like, just these two cards are very much like the head energy.
Yeah. Get another one. I'll show you what I got for the third. 1, 2, 3. Do you have
Wait, wait,
one?
wait. Oh, wait.
Oh, possibilities.
Nothingness. Oh, okay.
It's two of wands.
That's what yours is? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, this one is nothingness. I can remember what's uh the major arcana number 5.
Mm. I don't know, but
It's,
when I think of nothingness, that's the great spaciousness of awakened energy, right?
for me, it's like the source,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Like being in source, like being in that
It's all or
awake,
nothing. Yeah.
like in the blissful, awakened, present peace.
It's the end of dualism for me, like time disintegrating, nothingness.
I know. I'm like, that seems to be what you're talking about. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm interested to watch these cards here unfold for us. So, possibilities. So, when I think of,
Oh, wow. Do you see that? Like this one is like we have been um very happy using all the things from Earth, but now we're
mm,
becoming like more into our heart space that
mm,
is going to blow the bubble.
ooh,
And then we will have nothing to
ooh,
start from there.
like that. Uh-huh.
You
Uh,
like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I know that's
Like
like
the baby in the canal,
maybe.
dark, nothing.
Oh, oh, yeah. Yeah. I always hate when I hear the word guilt. I feel like guilt and shame and like having done something wrong. And there's that great reminder that it's like our mind is the one that keeps us trapped in guilt and shame. And um, I just feel like I need to read this because um, so I'll just read quickly. So there's the I'll just put it like there's a commentary and thoughts. So guilt is one of the most destructive emotions in which we can get caught. If we have wronged another or gone against our own truth, then of course we'll feel bad. But to let ourselves be overwhelmed with guilt is to invite a migraine. We end up surrounded by nagging clouds of self-doubt and feelings of worthlessness to the point where we cannot see any of the beauty and joy that life is trying to offer us. We all long to be better people, more loving, more aware, more true to ourselves. But when we punish ourselves for our failures by feeling guilty, we can get locked in a cycle of despair and hopelessness that robs us of all clarity about ourselves and the situations we encounter. You're absolutely okay as you are, and it's absolutely natural to go astray from time to time. Just learn from it, move on, and use the lesson not to make the same mistake again. Hmm.
It's very interesting. I got these two cards from the Light Seers,
Yes. Oh, can
and
you?
it's almost like what you just said. This one reminds me of Alice in Wonderland when Alice has the key. No, she doesn't have the key. She's trying to get into the door. I think she's very, very small, and the door is super big, and she can get to the lock.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But it's almost like she can't see the key right there because
Mm-hmm.
she's feeling so guilty or so ashamed or something like that. And this is the Five of Cups. It's the
Okay.
idea of
Oh, fives. Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
two fives. Like feeling bad for what the spilled milk, but it's
Mm.
already spilled and you can do anything about it. And because you're looking at what was spilled, you don't see the beautiful bowl that is behind you that has so much.
Yeah, and how interesting, because like exactly both of like so I've only just recently learned this that like five in tarot has a certain like energy about it. And it's just it changes based on the suit. So this is earth and water. We got the cups, the water, and the pentacles is the earth. And but they're both fives, which is really cool. And that's the like you said, like there's full opportunity here, but not being able to see it or being focused on something else that's pulling us down or pulling us away from what's right in front of us. Ooh.
You know a definition of fear that I heard yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who said it, but she was saying that fear, which she was talking about anxiety as well. Anxiety is the fear. Um, so anxiety is when you focus in the future, but you're focusing on the negative
Mm,
that could come because it's not there yet.
mm-hmm.
Just switching the perception into what could be that it could be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I got this one, which is, end of an era. Like
Oh,
you
it's a
went
six.
from being a baby until you became an old person. And
That's
so
mature.
we're finishing stage.
Oh. Mm,
All the
interesting.
steps.
Wow. Hmm. I like that, like the idea of like nourishing and growing into like this mature state to be able
Yeah.
to like move on to what's next.
And do you see the friendship between humans and animals there?
Hmm. Yeah.
Hopefully, I won't say it. Humans won't eat animals anymore. Well, I know that some humans have to
Mhm.
eat animal protein, but is that like camaraderie? How do you say that?
Um,
Camaraderie?
camaraderie,
Camaraderie? Like being
mm,
friends, like really close friends
cama-
and growing together.
camaraderie.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
And so the blessing also for today is blessing on clarity,
Oh,
to
okay.
bring clarity. And I don't think we need to have a lot of blessing, I think, because Pluto will be in charge of bringing all the clarity that we need.
Hmm.
But yeah, whatever comes that is true and you didn't know about, the blessing would be for it to be loving and comforting and that it can be used, right, for the
Hmm.
goodness of all.
Hmm. Well, in the clarity, when you think of some of the cards we've pulled, like the clarity, like, that one with the heart through the head, right? That's being able to see clearly with our heart, our
Yep.
heart. But when our mind gets in the way, we had the guilt and we had the fives.
Yeah.
So again, when we're in that state of harmony, we can have clarity. But when we're not in balance or we're not in harmony, then we're more likely to be like those 5 of cups or the guilt or stress because we're not in that like level of that um, heart and intuition or that, yeah, that balance. Ooh, okay.
Yeah. And you see the full moon right there?
That she's holding, you mean?
The full
Or,
moon in the back
oh, in the back. Oh,
behind her.
yes. Oh, goodness. Okay.
And she has like an armor on the one arm, like
Yeah.
the Mars
Hmm.
archetype.
Yeah. And it's really interesting to look at her dress or whatever she's wearing, like the inside
Yeah.
of it and all the different shapes and all the things that are actually unfurling.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And I don't know what's the name of this sign. Oh, but that is four peaks. There's one that has five. 5 peaks is like the one that is almost like a flower, but do you see it?
oh, no. Like I see that's
There's
even
one here.
good.
This one
Great.
has four
Yeah.
sharp ends, and,
Hmm.
and this one has five.
Cross.
And
Celtic
there's two birds,
birds. That is
and
so
these
cool.
two things, I don't know what they're called, but are
Yeah.
those the horns that are used to call for war or something?
Yeah.
Or the kind of, I'd say canotopia, where you put all the fruits
Mm,
in for harvest?
right. That's so interesting. Yeah, it looks like it'd be like a call horn more than anything, but I know what you mean by
Yeah.
the cornucopia because I was thinking of the same thing as well. Yeah, and then like the balance of the two and the balance of the trees on either side.
Yeah.
So there's a level of balance throughout it, kind of that Libra scale energy.
Ah, yeah.
Um, yeah, very cool. I love when you get me looking deeper into the cards.
Yeah, it makes so much sense, right?
Mhm. Yeah, I love it. You're really good at that.
You too.
Okay, thank you. Um, Wonderful. Well, I know we are in April. Can you believe it? Spring has literally sprung. I know we still have some snow, but it's like usually in the shadow spots where the snow is continuing to melt, and it should probably be melted by the end of this coming week for us. How about you?
I think the same. It's almost gone here.
Yeah.
There's some, yeah, under the shadow, the shade, some
Hmm.
snow.
Hmm.
I'm excited that I got a cherry tree last year that we
Yeah.
planted in the front yard,
Uh-huh.
and I can't wait to see if it flowers and if it brings fruit. So
Do you
we'll
have
see.
one cherry tree, or does
Mhm.
someone else have a cherry tree close by?
They do.
Good, because I know I've heard they need to be able to cross pollinate unless they have both types of flowers on their.
Mm,
I don't
yeah,
know.
they have two trees. They are not
Okay.
far away. And we
Mm,
have apple trees too that
nice.
don't give many apples, but they are beautiful.
I love it. Um, well, I'm so glad we were able to make this happen. And thank you all for whoever is listening and tuning in. I know you're probably on an exciting part of your journey right now. And I know myself, I wonder when the bottom's going to fall out from under me. But I actually have an amazing renewed sense of trust that I haven't had in a long time.
Yeah,
Uh, Myself and the universe and all that. So there's definitely layers that have been transforming. So I wish that for everyone as well. Yeah.
yeah. I'm going to jump from the cliff, so we will see.
All
Not,
right. Stay tuned, fellow viewers.
not in real life, just in case. Just
Well,
figuratively. No,
yes.
just my mind is going to go to another level. I don't know.
So, beginning of May will bring the lunar eclipse, I believe, because it'll be the full moon, and I know we'll be recording again around that time. So, thank you all, and have a beautiful April.
Yeah. Thank you
Mhm.
for watching us.
All right. Be well.
Bye.
Mhm.